Hey guys, Ashley here. I thought I would do a little bit of a story time for you, a little background on me and what I'm going through. Um, a little over a year ago, I was in the depths of my addiction. I was in a very mentally abusive relationship. I couldn't really see any way out of it. Addiction's funny like that. It tricks you. It makes you believe no one loves you, no one cares about you, that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy of anything but the bad that you're going through. I was on the verge of losing everything and then some. Um, I was ready for something different, to be better, to be like I used to be. Um, so one day I remember it was just a bad day. I was over it. I was sick of chasing it. I was sick of chasing drugs, money for drugs, um, worrying about paying bills because I was doing drugs, taking care of my kids, going to their school events because I was sick, because withdrawals. Um, so I threw my hands up to God, not knowing that that was going to be the start of a journey that I never expected to go on. Not even an hour later, after begging God, help me find a way to get out of this. I can't do this anymore. I feel so alone every day, and yet I had a house full of people. I had friends, I thought, like I just thought I had so much more than I did. The people that were there, they didn't love me. They didn't care about me. They just wanted to get high. They wanted what I could do for them, what served them. So, not even an hour later, after begging God, give me the strength, help me find a way out of this. Like, help me. I need you. I was arrested. And I begged that officer. I'm like, please, give me a chance. Don't take me. I can't do this. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, God, I'm going to get sick. That's really what I thought about, not anything else. I mean, I was just worried about how bad I was going to feel that night. But I will say, once I was actually in the back of that police car, I felt almost a sense of peace. Like I knew that was it. Like it was done. I didn't cry. And I had cried every other time that I gone to jail. I wanted out. I wanted to do drugs. I wanted to do the things that I shouldn't be doing. I thought that's what I needed. Um, but I got to the jail, and the lady tried to get me out because I was just there on a petty theft charge. And she was like, "Oh, well, let me see what I can do. I can probably get you sent home today." She came back and was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were on 2 felony bonds. There's nothing we can do." So I was like, "Okay." I was like, "That's fine. I'll get a bond in the morning, whatever." Next morning came, I had first appearance, and I did get a bond on my new charge, but on my two other charges that I was fighting, I got put on hold withouts. Um, if you don't know what that is, that's where you can't get a bond. Um, anyway, I got sat down. I got sober. I detoxed. I went through hell. I could barely hold myself up. Thank God I had people in there that cared about me enough to help me, to take care of me, to feed me, to make sure I could shower. That's just the cold hearted truth of addiction. It's disgusting. Detoxes are the worst thing in the world. You feel like you're going to die. You can barely stand up. You're puking. It's terrible. Um, I prayed a lot, more than I had in my life. It took me about a month to fully start feeling like myself again, like the old me, like the happy, bubbly, you know, caring, kind, smart person that I am. I remember the first time I talked to my kids after being really sober, like fully clear headed, and they told me how excited I mean, they were crying. They were excited. They said, "Mom, I feel like I got you back, the old you." And that's when it hit me, like I wasn't hiding my addiction from my kids. That was something that I thought that I hid so well from everyone, and I didn't. Um, it kind of broke me because they're everything to me. And they could see that something was really wrong. They were going through their own forms of neglect and things that, I'm not proud of. Sorry, guys, I lost audio for a minute, but I was saying that, my kids were going through a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I'm not. Um, anyway, I remember about 4 months in, I thought it was finally the time I was going home. And I got offered 5 years in prison, and it floored me. I wasn't expecting that. I thought for sure I had the best lawyers. Um, I hadn't been in trouble ever really, a couple times for small things, but that was 15 years ago, 17 years ago. I had a spotless record. I was a rule follower. Um, so it shocked me. It really changed my perspective. I knew then, there was a chance I'm not coming home. Around this time, my ex was arrested. I'm not going to go into his story. It's not mine to tell. It's not my place. But basically, that's when I found out that there was a huge possibility I was going to lose my kids. And I was stuck. So, what could I do other than try, to figure out a way to get home to them? So, I think it was April, I was offered 13 months DOC. And I was like, nope, not taking it. I'm going home. I'm going to get probation. They came off of 5 years. I'm going to go home. And that night, I prayed. I'm like, the only thing I want is to go home to my kids. I want to be able to fight for them, to get them back. This is something that I never thought I would have to go through. And I did the math, and yeah, it gave me 5.5, 6 months in prison, and I would be out. I wouldn't even be able to go to trial until November of this year. So I would still be sitting there fighting. Um, so I chose my kids. I signed for it. I took it. Could I have countered? Probably. Looking back, I wish I would have, but I didn't. I have no regrets. I went through this. I got through it. I'm going to keep going through it. I'm going to keep moving forward and doing what I can to be the best version of myself that I can be for myself and my children. Um, I'm worthy. You're worthy. Just because I went through this does not mean I'm a bad person. And I have to remind myself of that. I have to remind myself that, I still deserve my children. I still deserve love and happiness and a prosperous life, a good job. Um, I want to use this to help somebody else that's going through the same thing, to let them know it's still possible to do something with your life. You can still get your kids back. Fight for them, fight for yourself, pray. Let God work in your life because, I've been out for 17 days. That's it. And don't get me wrong, as much as I want things to happen overnight, I know that I cannot do that. So, what I can do is wake up every single day and be the best version of myself that I can be. Um, I go to the gym every day with great people. I go to meetings every day. I see my kids as often as I possibly can, which is pretty often. I'm very, very blessed to have great people in their lives that are so willing to jump through hoops for me. Um, I'm having a hard time finding a job, that's to be expected. But I believe in God. I trust God. For the first time in my life, I do truly, truly trust Him. I know He has a plan for me and my children. I know that. Um, it's amazing what happens when you let go of control. It's hard. It's not easy. Every time I see my kids and have to leave them, it is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Yeah, you're missing a part of your soul. It's something that I've always had. I had never been away from them for more than a week of their life, ever. You know, they're older. They're not little babies anymore. They're my biggest cheerleaders. You know, I'm blessed. And I try to remind myself of that every single day. I have people that I can call when I'm alone, when I feel like everything's hopeless, when I feel like I'm not getting anywhere, that remind me to give myself grace, to remember my God is there. My kids are there. They're safe, they're happy, they're flourishing. Um yeah. So I got out 17 days ago. I did a little over a year. Um I get off probation on the first of the month. Will be officially a free woman for the first time in a long time, and that feels amazing to hear. I have the best support system that I could ever ask for. Um, I'm doing everything in my power to do what I need to do to get my kids back home. They're ready to come home. They miss me. I miss them. Yeah, every day's a battle, but I'm getting through it. You can too. You just need people in your life and God in your life, and just know that there is hope at the end of the fucking tunnel. Like, it's coming. Good things are coming. Be positive. Remember that we're only human. We're not perfect. Um, I know when I was in a program, I wrote in a journal, and I wrote prayers in my journal, and I remember reading them while I was in prison right before I came home and thinking, everything I prayed for, I got it. It was not the way that I asked for it, but every single thing I begged God for, He did that. Like, that's huge. That's, it's mind blowing, even. I'm just so thankful to be here. I'm thankful for my freedom. I'm thankful for the opportunity to fight for everything that I'm fighting for right now. Because if I didn't have it to fight for, what would be the purpose? Like, I don't know. I'm going to do another story time. If you guys like this, let me know. Follow me. I am here to help people. And yeah, that's the goal. If I can help one person, then it'll all be worth it. Um, yeah, I hope you like this. Have a good night. I'm going to try and get some rest. I'm going to do service work tomorrow. And I have a birthday party for family. Yeah, I'm just thankful to be here.